So let's take a look at the Early Childhood Environment Rating Scale 3rd edition, Ecker's 3rd edition. This is the cover page. And this is a table of contents, the overview of subscales and the items of the Ecker's 3rd edition. As you see, there are 6 subscales or domains, and under the 6 subscales, there are 35 testing items. So this is the first testing item under the space and furnishings. And you see at the top, you see it, that's the scale from 1 to 7. 1 means inadequate, and the 7 means excellent, right? And then 3 means minimal, and 5 means good. And 2 is between, in the middle of inadequate and minimal. 4 means the between of minimal and good, and 6 means the between of good and excellent. So what you're going to do is you're going to read each item. So 1.1, not enough space to provide adequate care for the highest number allowed to attend at one time. For example, basic furniture crowds space, so children and staff cannot move freely. Crowding causes conflicts among children. So you read this item and you're going to mark yes or no to the recording item. If you need more explanation to determine yes or no for each item, you can look at the next page. They provide notes for clarification. So this is a note for the first testing item. So 1.1, not enough space means that there is little room to fit all the furnishing, blah, blah, blah. So you can also look at these notes to determine each item with yes or no answers. This is a second testing item, furnishings for care, play, and learning. Also, we're going to use a same rating scale 1 to 7, and you will read each item and will say yes or no to each of these items. So the next page, if you need more explanations, you can look at this page. So these are the notes for clarification for the second testing item. When you say yes or no to each item, you can also refer to this page to be clear. This is the third testing item, room arrangement for playing and learning. Same way, you're going to say yes or no to each of these items. If you need more information, then you can look at this notes for clarification. So this is a scoring sheet. First part, this is for the personal information. So who observed the environment, those things. And at the bottom, you see space and furnishing. This is a space. You can mark yes or no to each of the scoring items. So this is for first scoring, testing item, indoor space. You can mark yes or no, yes or no, yes or no to each of these items. And then finally, you can mark the best number that describe the environment. Sorry, this is the next page for second item and the third item. So same way, you are going to mark yes or no to each of these items, and you are going to find the best number that describes each testing item. So this is a screenshot of a manual page talking about how to score the rating scale. So you see the part highlighted in blue, right? So those are the 7 items that are really important to use the whole rating scale and also to score each testing item. So let me read these 7 items for you. First, read the entire scale carefully, including the items and the notes for clarification. In order to be accurate, all ratings have to be based as exactly as possible on the indicators provided in the scale items. Second, the scale should be kept readily available and consulted frequently during the entire observation in order to make sure that the scores are assigned accurately. Third, examples that differ from those given in the indicators but that seem comparable may be used as a base for giving credit for an indicator. 4. Scores should be based on the current situation that is observed. 5. When scoring an item, always start reading from 1 and inadequate and progress upward, scoring each indicator yes or no. 6. Ratings are to be assigned in the following way. And I think that this number 6 is really, really important to remember. A rating of 1 must be given if any indicator under 1 is scored yes. A rating of 2 is given when all indicators under 1 are scored no and at least half of the indicator under 3 are scored yes. A rating of 3 is given when all indicators under 1 are scored no and all indicators under 3 are scored yes. A rating of 4 is given when all indicators under 3 are met and at least half of the indicators under 5 are scored yes. A rating of 5 is given when all indicators under 5 are scored yes. A rating of 6 is given when all indicators under 5 are met and at least half of the indicators under 7 are scored yes. A rating of 7 is given when all indicators under 7 are scored yes. A score of NA not applicable may only be given for indicators or for entire items when NA permitted is shown on the scale and on the score sheet. Indicators that are scored NA are not counted when determining the rating for an item, and items scored NA are not counted when calculating subscale and total scale scores. Number 7, to calculate average subscale scores, sum the scores for each item in the subscale and divide by the number of items scored. The total mean score is the sum of all items scores for the entire scale divided by the number of items scored.